Dennis, now tell me, you guys sell boxes as a dealer and then do system integration. People into box sales, how does that work now?
Yeah, I mean, we of course have to sell some products for customers, but the key for us is really what is the value proposition to the end user. And so really what we on is the consultative nature of the business. How do we advise the customer? How do we get to know the customer and figure out what is it that they really require? So it's not about bringing a person a product. That's not my focus. It's about looking at what the person's needs are and truly finding a solution for them.
Figuring out the whole picture for them.
Yeah, it's not about the one piece, right? So much of technology is integrated from, how your camera interrelates with a router, how it relates with intercom, how it relates with. So if we don't look at a total picture, then we really can't properly advise the customer and sell the right product to them ultimately.
Right now, how about this transition to IP? Is it holding up deals, or how do you feel?
For us, we don't see it holding up deals. We take the hybrid approach. There's parts of IP that are ready to go and should be implemented for the customer's benefit. And there's parts that are still too costly from a network infrastructure or solution side. And so we're interconnecting between the two of them. And the challenge in IP is not just talking about localized IP, but also then when you go into distributed architectures across metro areas or even larger than that. And so that's actually been one of the bigger focuses for us is not just looking at IP in a localized state within a studio or an infrastructure, but actually looking at it on a metro level or a larger level than that.
Now, do you bring some of your solutions, do you tie them up with clouds at the same time?
We're moving more and more to deployments in a mixed environment between cloud and non-cloud. And I think this is going to be a continuing trend. The amount of support for us and for the customer, the amount of benefit, the amount of bandwidth, it's there on the cloud today. And so we definitely see infrastructure moving that way.
Now, when people are going cloud, I'm not sure that the customers or end users actually understand they need a system integrator when they go cloud.
Yeah, I mean, cloud and the noise around cloud is quite confusing. So people think that this is, you go buy a service and you're finished, but that's not really true. There's still complete workflow and chain from editing to, posting to the cloud, how to host that, MAM systems. All these components are still involved, and so we find a big part of our market still advising them and helping them work through all those transition points as well. So cloud is just simply a new place your content is stored. It's not really changing what the requirements are. And so there's really no shift in value from that side.
Right. And again, though, the importance is get on with business plans. Don't worry about technology, whether it's cloud, it's IP, it's SDI. It's like keep moving.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest benefit for me for the cloud is that I can put a guy up into a system incredibly quickly. Now, that doesn't mean all the workflow is completed, but we don't have to have this fear that there's a massive investment, we're waiting for servers, we take 6 months. And so to me, it should be quite different, right? The cloud is a great testing ground. It's a great way to deploy quickly, but absolutely, they shouldn't be waiting. It doesn't fundamentally change their business. So this debate of do we wait, do we go? Absolutely go. There's no reason to wait at this point.
Right. And I think people should be thinking more of putting up a service rather than a channel.
Yeah, I mean, put up a service is absolutely correct, and service is much more than what the video or the linear channel is. Today, so many of the technologies give us so many more endpoints, and although we're in the broadcast industry, broadcast is transforming every day, and one of the biggest benefits that we're seeing is that the new technologies, whether it's appliance or cloud-based, doesn't matter, are giving us the opportunity to meet audiences in multiple different ways, and I think that's also quite critical. Not just in OTT or standard channels, but also when you start looking at HD or HDR, the same thing holds true.
Yeah, well, there's no question that the role of system integrators has actually got much more important. So I wish you well with your business.
Thank you very much.